want?
I've got a few more questions about that plague mask.
What do you want to know?
Can you tell me where to find the things I'll need?
You can get the rope and leather almost anywhere. I'd say you'll find some lying around the construction site. And you can gather herbs from Joachim's garden.
And the recipe for the fragrant oil?
The monastery library has extensive collections. I'd be surprised if you didn't find something in there.
How will the mask help me?
Well, if you wear it properly, you shouldn't get infected. Or not so easily, at least. The herbs and oil purify the air around you, and the mask stops you breathing in the foul air.
And once I've got all the materials, is there a recommended method?
Once you've got everything you need, there's a bench in the alchemical workshop where you can get to work. I'm not the handiest with this sort of thing, but if I can sew the mask, hanging herbs on it should be a cinch.
That's all. Thanks. Can I ask you...
Of course.
Is there anything I can help you with around here?
Leave the treatment to us. But Dinesh did mention he's been having trouble with Solarius.
You really think I can do something about it?
Couldn't hurt to try. Go and speak to Dinesh. He'll explain what's what.
Tell me something about...
What do you...
Where are you from?
I was born in Zadar. That is until recently he governed...
Until recently?
After an unfortunate event, our land...
What do you mean by unfortunate?
It was a little misunderstood.
Sabor?
An assembly of the foremost representatives of note, and at this particular assembly...
Why did Sigismund...
He was still bitter about Nicopolis. But what really angered him was my uncle. He had long had his eyes set on the throne of...
Don't you want to take...
Alone? Against the entire Holy Empire? I am no madman, unlike our entire family lost everything. I wear black as a sign of shame for my family. I will not wear anything else.
Are you sure you can accomplish...
Worst comes worst, I'll die in black too.
How did you end up in Zachariah?
I used to serve several important courtiers. I must have made an... King Sigismund readily agreed, and so it will be two...
Not that I know many people from Dalman.
And that is on purpose. The name latch...
I heard you've been having some trouble getting supplies for the infirmary.
That's right. Old Julian.
Well, if they want to let them starve, I don't know why they need to.
My thoughts exactly. As if that would...
Wouldn't it make sense to take it to the abbot?
I've already suggested that to Master Zacharias.
Is he afraid of the plague?
Either that...
Well...
I won't stop you, but I've tried
I don't know yet.
Suit yourself.
God be with you.
Will you tell me?
I can try.
How did you get...
Well, I walked.
Aye.
Very well. My parents are long. That is, I had 3, but one of... You see, I'm not a fighter.
So you had no choice?
Something like that. Perhaps the Lord will provide.
What did you do?
When my parents were still alive, I cared for them.
And why did you have to...
My sisters got married, my brothers left to search for work, and we never saw them.
It was kind of you to...
I didn't think of it as a response.
So you were with your parents...
Until they died. It was... really...
Caring for the sick?
Yes.
Why do you work...
It's my divine...
What do you mean?
The Lord chose me to become a healer.
Well, your divine calling is what...
Not just that, I'm expand. When I have some... I'm boring you, aren't I?
How did you discover you were supposed...
I came to realize...
But isn't that natural?
Imagine you have a stoneworker with a crush. Is it better to comfort him?
It sounds like you're in the...
I'm glad you think so.
How's life in the...
You're expecting me to complain, aren't you? I'm perfectly happy with the room. You eat from the same bowls at the same table.
If I ever need my...
Of course, it's my job off.
God be with you.
Oh, Maddie, it's you. I wanted to help you, but it looks like I only made it worse.
Damn it.
I have to watch out for those patrolling knights.
Didn't you hear?
I was just leaving.
Well, what'll it be? Hear me?
I'll have to watch out for those patrolling knights.
What the? Good afternoon.
I'd like to ask you...
Look, I don't want to meddle in any. Take care, friend. Huh? What's that? Huh? Christ. What now?
Forgive the intrusion, Brother Lloyd.
An apology will not spare us this dreadful illness, but obeying, I moved in here so I could continue my work and keep the mandated, so leave me in it.
I understand, but I've come on an urgent...
And I'm urgently asking you to leave me be.
Brother Librarian, I understand your fear, but remember our Lord Christ. Did he fear the lepers? And what did he say to the Samaritan who had...
Your faith has healed.
You see? There's no need to fear the dreadful illness.
So you believe this illness is...
Well, yes, I think it might be. But I'm only guessing.
Ah, I can never compare to our Lord.
May I ask you a favor?
But please, keep...
Brother Librarian,
What is it?
this might sound odd, but do you have that...
My answer may sound even odder. One of my brothers was searching for a recipe, an oil for hardened heels. Perhaps it will be of use to you as well.
Don't you know there's...
I hear you and Dinesh are having a bit of a dispute over food supplies for the infirmary.
A dispute? Is that what he told you?
Well, not in those words exactly.
I really would like to help, but you must understand, no one knows how long the monastery will stay closed. The whole convent has to live off the supply.
And what about the abbot? Will he tighten his belt too, or is he exempt?
Don't insult his grace in my presence.
Since you brought up the supplies, how much is actually left? Are we talking days, weeks, months?
Months. Not even in with small portions, fasting, and assuming will last 2 weeks.
Then Albie could better get him. Look, I know it's difficult for you. If you help me, I'll be glad to repay the favor.
Well, to tell you the truth, magpies have built a nest in the tree in the monastery, and they're so brazen. One of them stole my spectacles.
I'll see what I can...
All right, all...
How else can you save on food?
Other than shrinking portions and thinning out the gruel and broth when the Black Death ravaged the land. Solarius Vendelin ran the kitchen.
What, perform...
Don't blaspheme! But it's true.
Where could I learn more about this vendor?
There might be a small manuscript in the library.
Brother Like...
What is it?
I found a recipe.
Oils are usually... Till we meet again.
Kitty! Kitty! Crayfish, the poor man's salmon. By Solarius Vendelin. Ah, this must be what Julian was talking about. Might come in handy. Seems Vendelin at least had a sense of humor. I suppose I should look by the pond or the hatcheries.
What?
I've got your spectacles.
Show me.
Don't worry, they're fine.
Praise the Lord.
You're welcome.
Yes, yes. And what are you standing around for?
You said you consider giving the infirm.
Did I say that?
I? In return for bringing back your spectacles.
So, are my spectacles...
There was more in there.
I realized I'm missing some other things, too. Those...
All right, then. Here. Now, what about the food?
All right. Here's your shit.
Not supposed to be here.
You know how I mentioned those spikes?
By all the saints. You won't knock it off, will you? Go on, man.
I used it, no doubt.
This is a regular cloister.
Ask the Lithuanians already.
Mostly they're godless swine, but you have to feed them. Nonetheless, the rules are the same. No one goes in or out. Just don't start shooting right away.
sorted. But maybe I'll find a few more here.
Greetings.
Greetings.
You best move along. God bless. Good day. God bless.
Greetings. Don't you know there's a quarantine?
I need to ask you something.
Look, you probably shouldn't be here, right? You heard the talk. They say there's some pestilence going round.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here. I just need to ask a few questions. You help me, I'll help you.
What do you mean?
You work here day in, day out, barely leaving the place, right? So if you ever need something, I'm your man.
Well, you said you're from the infirmary, eh? I heard you lot have all kinds of medicines over there. Proper strong stuff. I'd like to try something. Because of the plague, of course. You know what I mean. Bring me a couple of files and I'll tell you what I know.
Look what I've got.
Let's see. What the fuck are you...
Right. Look what I've...
Let's... What the fuck are you...
You'd best move along. My God.
deliver me from every...
There's nothing here for you.
Greetings to you too, eh?
You'd best move along.
I need to ask.
Look, you probably
Yeah. I just need to ask.
What do you mean? You
work?
Well, I heard you lot have all kinds of medicines over there. Probably because of the plague, of course. You know.
Look what...
Let's... What the fuck?
I'm not exactly feeling... My best. Tell me what I need to know. Oh.
Christ almighty! What do you want to know? I'll tell you anything.
Have you noticed anything odd lately? Suspicious?
What? During work? We're at it from dusk till dawn. No time to be watching what's going on.
Sure, but while you're working, you must hear a thing.
Well, there are two groups of workers here. Us lot working above ground, and another lot working down in the crypt. We don't talk to each other much.
Why not?
They're a right bunch of bastards. Maybe because they've been at it longer than us. They are. Some of them probably even sleep down there.
Why are there two crews?
We take care of everything above ground. They're dealing with that collapse into the crypt. We hardly ever see each other.
Where can I find the other crew?
Their tents are right next to the monastery wall.
Who's in charge of your...
Now, Andra, our foreman. But the work's clearly laid out. He doesn't...
I haven't seen him around.
No idea. Truth be told,
And that doesn't...
you think...
Well, he's definitely not in the infirmary. Thanks. Now that looks a bit dodgy.
Godbless, greetings to you, friend.
God be with you, my friend. Good day to you. I'm sorry.
What are you barging in here for?
You're not supposed to be here. You know how I mention those fucks?
I'd use them, no doubt,
But...
but they're going to rust.
And...
And when they rust,
Bloody hell, spit it out already! You could have just said the spikes are fucked. Christ, you always make things difficult.
death. Strange.
What are you...
I found this book in the scriptorium.
What book?
It was written by the former Salarius, Vendelin.
When you don't have salmon, throw in a...
That's just what Vendelin wrote. A well-prepared...
I suppose it's better than starving.
I got more food for the...
Should I ask how...
You wouldn't believe me anyway.
You won't surprise me that easily, but... My word! Where'd you get all that? Is there anything...
Does it matter?
True enough. This place needs it most anyway.
Don't you know there's... Quarantine?
I've got everything I need to make the plague mask. Now, just to actually make it. I hope this works.
God be with you. Ah, sucker.
Can I?
Of course.
Thanks.
Nope.
What a night. Hey! Get out of here!
You won't escape punishment. Surprised? I'll whip your ass so much you'll be looking forward to the game. Take that fucker out, damn it! You don't fight me, guys, you fucking hell! You're no match for us, fucker!
Enough! I surrender.
The other's in charge here now, so you best get...
I won't resist.
You can't be here!
I hope this works.
You can't be here. Damn! You gave me a
What are you doing here?
What do you think? I'm keeping watch
And why?
because you might end up getting hurt in there. If you stroll in there, gawping at the...
Will you let me in?
No one's allowed in.
It's a big church. Plenty of ways in. And so sooner or later I'll find someone who'll let me. Then I'll remember it. And who knows?
Oh. Having a sawbones, oh me. All right, then. Just here's the key. But not a...
Thanks.
And watch yourself. There's more lads inside. With a bit of luck, they'll ignore you.
I'll be careful. That's one hell of a bloody pit.
Strange. I must be mad.
Let's hope the mast does the trick. They were robbing the graves. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh, rotting corpses. A drawing of some kind. On a cross. Hey? What's this?
Sure he found it. Fucking hell. Why is he poking his nose into this?
This crypt carries on.
What now? Wait till he falls asleep. Hey! What the?
You're the one who locked me in there.
How did you get out?
Why the fuck did you do that? Wait, you're the foreman, aren't you?
Shut up! You found Bavo, didn't you? Hand it over.
What the hell are you on about? What do you want from me?
You know what I'm on about, Kavar. And I know he's here somewhere. Boslav Bavo.
Calm down and drop the weapon, or I'll report you to the abbot.
And how would you do that? You're not getting out of here alive. I'll rip it out of your cold dead hands when I'm done. It'll look like an accident. You weren't supposed to be here. We tried to stop you, but it's high, and you broke your neck.
You've completely lost it.
That doesn't matter anymore. Die! Kill you.
Victory or death!
Hey! Get him!
Come on then! Should have handed it over. You should have handed it over.
For glory!
You're not getting out of here alive. I'll bury you alive right here.
I need to get back to Albie. Listen, I was in that church crypt. I was examining the tombs when someone locked me in there.
What? Seriously?
I made it out, but your foreman was waiting for me outside.
What? Why?
They were searching for something down there. I found a sketch of this coat of arms. Do you recognize it?
Let me see. Oh. No. No idea.
I don't know. I just bolted before anyone saw me.
This whole thing is fucked up. I won't know part of it.
Can I ask?
Of course.
Thanks.
Nope.
I'm looking for Albie.
Henry? What's happened?
Sorry, sir, but I have to speak with Albie. It's urgent.
He just went to your room.
I don't know.
Good day. What do you... I'd say... Oh, you're lucky. Does anything else hurt?
I don't think so.
Good. There. It should...
I feel like a new...
Don't mention it.
Christ, Albie! What happened? Are you alright?
I am, yes. But it looks like we've been robbed.
Why? And who did it, for Christ's sake?
Gentlemen, please, keep it down. You're disturbing the patients. For God's sake, what happened here? What a mess.
What do you think? Someone was clearly looking for something.
But there's nothing of value here.
Well, actually...
Albic! You brought them here? What were you thinking?
And was I supposed to leave them unsupervised?
And? Were they stolen?
Thank the Lord, no. I still had them on me. I couldn't just leave them lying about.
Good heavens. And you wanted to come here alone?
How many more times must I admit that was a mistake? As you know, Henry, I spent a good part of my life at King Wenceslas's court, tending to his health. Thanks to that, I learned much about his private life, what ailed him, how and when he got injured, and what treatments I used. I recorded all my findings and methods. If these detailed records, I dare not imagine.
Plenty of folk would pay handsome.
Or tried to steal them for that very reason. Who could have got in?
I was busy tending the sick.
Nor did I, I'm afraid. There's work here for 3 more physicians.
That actually made it quite easy for the culprit.
But we still don't know who to suspect.
Surely you realize the abbot himself...
Father Yan? Nonsense.
Not quite well enough. When he heard you were coming, he was pressing me to persuade you to let him...
But that's out of the question. Absolutely not.
That's exactly what I told him. The look on his face.
How did he even hear about them?
Their existence is no secret. Even King Sigismund, and if he ever said anything in front of the abbot...
And the thief waited until the monastery was closed.
So, Albic isn't leaving.
Let's not jump to conclusions. And don't start pointing fingers. Henry, go and ask Brother Benedict and Dinesh in the infirmary if they noticed any...
All right, then. I'll return to my patients and...
Right.
Everything's upside down.
Did you notice anything suspicious this past hour?
One of the sick men has been throwing up constantly, and I suspect another one's faking it to...
No, I need to know if anyone's been nosing...
I spent most of my time with the vomiting one.
I understand.
Oh, it's nothing.
God be with you.
Did you see anyone go in or out of our...
I'm not sure. I think I saw a monk go in. I couldn't say who.
A monk?
No, it wasn't him. But hard to say.
Yeah, it's not exactly helpful, I know. Any idea?
Roughly an hour ago?
Damn it. Never mind. I spoke with Benedict and Dennis.
I thought as much. So, we still know nothing.
I might have something, but I'm not sure yet how it...
What do you mean?
I went down to the crypt, and I found open tombs and rotting corpses.
Good God!
No sign of a mass grave, though. Just individual tombs.
That's both good and bad news. At least we can now rule. But if the workers caught something from the air around those tombs, then anyone else could Why did they even open them?
They were probably looking for something inside. I found this sketch.
That looks like the emblem of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Even putting aside that it's sacrilege,
Nor do I. But there must be one, because they locked me in the crypto.
What?
He was the workers' foreman. He kept going on about some Bavor. He must have thought I'd found whatever they were after. I tried explaining I hadn't the faintest idea what he meant, but he went completely mad.
And?
Well, I had to defend myself. God rest his soul.
I'm at my wit's end. Under normal circumstances, I'd report it, but maybe we'd better keep all this to ourselves. That Bavor fellow, the name means nothing to me. With luck, he'll find something in the archives that sheds some light on how it all... But best do it tomorrow. This evening's been more than enough.
Agreed. Let's clear up.
We'll be wiser come morning.
Shopping beast. Kick its ass. You stop that, for Christ!
Good morning, everyone. I trust you've had a decent sleep. The sick are waiting, and being tired doesn't excuse us from our duties.
All right, give me a moment. Then we'll go and check on the patients. And where's Benedict, anyway?
If I may, gentlemen. Haven't you heard? There was a fire here last night.
A fire? Here at the monastery?
The small shed by the mill house burned down, but it was probably just an unfortunate accident. Thank the Lord it's all over now.
And no one was hurt?
Well, that's the thing. No one burned, but there were 2 men in the shed. Or rather, 2 bodies.
Bodies? Whose were they, for God's sake?
That... I don't know, sir.
Who found them? And how did he get them out?
Elijah, one of the lay brothers. He ran into the flames thinking he could save them, but they were already dead.
And what was he doing outside in the middle of the night? You don't suppose he had something to do with it?
He's never been any trouble. There's no reason to suspect him.
And how do you know they didn't die in the flames? Just because they weren't burnt to cinders doesn't prove anything.
I didn't see them, but they said there were no burns, and it didn't look like they'd suffocated either.
So, how did they end up there? What killed them? Didn't anyone tell you about them?
They were sent to be washed, but the washers noticed, signs.
How do you know about these signs? Did someone examine them?
No, they were only to be washed, but when the signs of illness were spotted, the abbot ordered them locked away in the hops store. Ludolf promised he'd send one of his men to guard the door. No one is to go near them.
That was highly irresponsible. Someone needs to examine them thoroughly. We can't afford uncertainty.
You want to bring them to the infirmary with the others? No. No, let them stay locked away somewhere separate.
Are you afraid the other sick might get even worse? At least we could have them all in one place.
Was anyone else there besides Elijah?
No, or at least no one I know of. I'll leave you to it now. If you need me, I'll be with the sick.
I'm going to. Disease? Fire? What next? A swarm of locusts?
First they ransacked my room, now this. I don't like it one bit.
Do you think the fire's got anything to do with what they were after in your chambers?
Who knows? I feel like someone wants us gone, and they're trying to frighten us into leaving.
All the more reason to get to the bottom of this.
But I can hardly go poking around myself to find out what really happened.
Don't worry. That's what I'm here for.
Maybe Zacharias was right after all. You never know when an aid like that might come in handy. So, what's your plan?
Quite a few things, actually. What about the corpses?
And that's what I'll do.
But Benedict said the abbot forbade it.
If he's got any sense at all, he'll understand this.
Someone searched our room just a while ago. And who knows what they'd do if they caught you. I won't have that on my conscience.
So what you're saying...
Well, I'm no physician like you, but I've learned a lot.
That won't be enough.
Then I'll explain to him the same way you did to me. We need to examine them. So...
Anything unusual? You know well the symptoms are sick here. If you're not sure, just try to...
I'll take a look around the burned down
Good idea. It might have...
I should probably speak with the lay brother who pulled the bodies out of the...
Elijah, right? But be gentle.
I can't think of it.
Nor can I.
You know how I mentioned those spikes? My oldest family.
Right then. Where to begin? I'll start with the younger one. Muscle stiff, but the body looks supple. What's that in his head? Better mind my fingers. Rigor mortis is wearing off. He can't have been dead more than vomited up his guts before he died. Just like that old confessor. It's all clumped together. Looks like flat. Yeah, it's flour. Bruising, some dried blood. These bruises are odd. Regular. Almost perfectly circular. Looks like cupping marks. Someone might have tried to ease a... He's young, but his hands are a mess. Looks like hard labor. And 2 workers did go missing. I don't see anything odd here. Just his back and hips are badly scraped. No blood. Like he was dragged over ground. A few old scars. Gravel embedded in both knees. And, barely dried. Could it have leaked out after death? Mixed with bowel contents. Bloody diarrhea. Like with the infection. Now for the older one. Pale. Sunken eyes. But that hole in his head is someone's doing. Small. Round. Clean. Like it was drilled. I've heard of that method before. Used in cases of unbearable... But who tried that outside the infirmary? Completely... Clenched tight. Like rigor mortis well advanced. Died, skin's badly scratched. And there's a thorn stuck here. Stiff as a board. But no broken bones. Back and shoulders all scratched up. And around his neck and chest he's got red blotches. Those blotches look familiar. They're a bit like the ones on that old confessor. Knees are scraped and scarred. He must have worked hard in his life. Well, what's clear is they didn't die in that burning hut. More likely they succumbed to the infection spreading in the monastery. The symptoms match perfectly. Either way, it wasn't a cold-blooded murder. Someone tried to treat them. Brutally, someone must have hauled the bodies into that shed. It might be possible to trace where they... left of the shed. Elijah had more luck than sense. Where did this wine come from? Overturned sacks, Soaked ground, so that's why the dead man had flour in his hair. A torch? Damn, this wasn't an accident. Someone torched the shed to cover their tracks. At least this grill is here. Oil. Burns like the devil. I wonder there's barely anything left of the shed. Rough cloth, badly charred, and bits of leather. Probably used as knee protection for work.
You know how I mentioned those spikes? By all the saints, you won't knock it off, will you? Go on, then. I use them, no doubt. But they're going to be rough. We get our arse kicked, and we'll be lucky if we get to leave in one piece. You could have just said the spikes are fucked up. Christ, you always make things difficult.
Greetings to you too.
Greetings, lad. What brings you?
I need to speak with Elijah.
Try the cellar. I caught sight of him sneaking down.
If you saw him, he didn't sneak all that well, did he?
Exactly. Till we meet again.
There's a lot of you here. Which one of you is Elijah?
Psst, keep your voice down. Elijah isn't here.
Don't you know there's a quarantine?
What?
I'm investigating the source of that illness that's been spreading around here. And I could use your learned knowledge.
I'm listening.
I came across a rather peculiar... Are there any records?
Boleslav Bavor? I know that name. Long ago, just after taking my vows, there was some connection to the monastery crypt.
Really? Because I actually...
What? What are you talking about?
Well, I ran into some labourers down there. From what I gathered, they were looking for Bavor, or something connected to him.
By Christ, they were after the relic.
What are you talking about?
There's a possibility that Bavor was buried here along with a certain relic. That's what got me interested.
What sort of relic?
I don't know exactly, but certainly something very rare. But I can't tell you for sure right now. In the end, I concluded that the whole tale of...
Oh, that's a shame. It was just starting...
I'll be glad to show them to you, to examine.
You're right. The abbot ought to be told, but it's probably not wise to burn... Right now, we need to deal with the illness. Once things have... Besides, We've got almost no proof yet.
Still, it's a serious thing.
Of course. Once I've gathered the evidence, and now I'd like to take a proper look.
Of course. Give me a few moments, and I believe Bavor's name also appeared. Here you go. Bavor's travel records about his journey through the Holy... And I've also found these old accounts. Feel free to study them too. I'm curious myself what conclusion you'll come to, if any.
Oh. It really says here that he acquired a holy relic. Let's see how it continues. According to the journal, Bavor had himself buried here with his holy treasure. That sounds pretty clear. Let's see what the accounts say. So Bavor gave the monastery a generous donation and paid for a chapel mural painting. And still, despite all the records and mentions, Crispin had his doubts.
Well,
why?
Are you still so enamored with Lord...
I read the journal. A lovely tale.
And?
And it says the relic Bavor acquired was a splinter from the true cross of Christ.
Holy Virgin! Such a sacred...
And according to the book, Sir Boleslav was to be buried with...
So it says in the book. I also found my old notes and remember... I too searched for Bavor's grave. I even dared venture into...
And what did you do after that?
Once I was convinced none of the graves belonged to Bavor, but not our father Jan. This was over 20 years ago when Abbot Vitus held office. Together we came to the conclusion that Bavor's tale was likely at least partly, perhaps entirely, made up.
Why would it be made up? Surely Sir Boleslav wouldn't...
The book's one thing, but there's not a single other mention anywhere. Can you think of another explanation?
And then there's the relic. If Bavor had just wanted to raise his reputation with a good story, why claim to have gained something...
Perhaps out of vanity?
But his tale's already heroic enough without it. Making up a relic would only... The account books mention that Bavor had a sarcophagus...
That's possible.
If he paid for it himself, there had to be a reason. And it's odd, isn't it? He sorted it all out in detail with the monastery to have his tomb here. Then he wasn't even...
You're right.
But why would Bavor do that? What would...
If memory serves, he had some disputes over property.
That's mentioned in the text. But lies wouldn't have helped him.
You'd be surprised how short-sighted some folk can be.
And what about the mural mentioned in the...
Yes, it's in one of the chapel naves.
Well, then that proves Bavor's story wasn't just made up. Surely the abbot back then wouldn't have approved such a mural in the main church.
If the former abbot believed Bavor wasn't a liar, but a real hero of the...
All the more
No harm in trying. At the very least...
Bavor mentions in his journal that he received a great fortune from the King of Cyprus, and the account records say he gave a generous donation to the monastery.
They confirm at best that Bavor had wealth. According to the late Abbot Vitus, he might have gained that, and the tale of the Holy Land was just a covert.
Well, I've never been to the Holy Land, but I've seen plenty of wrongdoings, even here in And if Bavor really wanted to cover up how he got his coin, he could have built a village, built a fortress. He could have done any number of smarter things than spinning a tale about a heroic journey.
I'm no expert in fraud, but yes, he chose...
The crypt has a hidden side chamber.
Excuse me? What chamber?
It had been walled up. In one part of the crypt, the mason...
I've never heard of anything like that.
I'd say the abbot would definitely have known about something like that.
Where are you going with...
I'm not sure. Just think, don't you think this whole thing is a bit too complicated? Every explanation for why Bavor would lie seems more convoluted than just acknowledge...
Listening to you now, it's like hearing my younger self. His view was that Bavor's story was fiction.
What exactly did he say?
That I should stop chasing old crusaders.
Why didn't you stand your...
I couldn't argue with the abbot. What he said went. In time, I learned to let some things lie. Those who dig too deep may...
I'm not blaming you, but I think it's time we reopen, and maybe we'll finally unravel Bavor.
If that relic really does exist, and it surfaced now, a sign of hope in these...
Don't get ahead of yourself. We've not even found Bavor.
But you spoke of that hidden chamber in the... Take this and study it closely. According to this, you'll know if it's truly the grave of Sabah. Yes, the mural in the chapel, paid for by Bavor himself, also bears his coat of arms.
Those workers, if they really were after Bavor, but if he was buried under his family crest, no wonder they opened the wrong grave.
Yes, that could be it. Study that sketch well, so you won't make the same mistake.
Thank you. I'll head off at once.
Just be careful, please. You know the abbot's orders, the disease.
Don't worry.
And in the crypt, show respect to the eternal rest of those buried.
You're Elijah, right? What are you doing here?
What do you think? Hiding and hoping everyone leaves me alone?
I've only got a few more questions.
Promise me first you'll keep this to yourself.
You have my word.
All right.
How did you even notice the fire?
I couldn't sleep?
Just chance. You sure? I don't think the abbot would...
So what if I took a little...
You sure you weren't sneaking off somewhere for it? You seem smart enough not to keep your booze where someone might find it. I bet you've got a nice little stash, eh?
All right. Maybe I did head off to the back pond for a night. I should have just kept that.
Did you see anyone else?
No.
When you dragged out those two bodies...
While I was pulling out the second one, other people had noticed the fire. Luckily, he saw the bodies and how I was covered in... well... Then the people from the monastery came. They sent me away and took the bodies off.
I've seen the corpses.
Does it have to be?
Do you have any idea who those two...
I've no idea. It was dark. I couldn't see their faces.
I noticed some strange...
Like what?
It looks like they died of the same illness that's spreading through...
Christ! And I touched them. But I feel fine.
You'd best go and see Brother Benedict. He'll examine you, and
All right then.
They had something white left in their hair.
Limes used by the workers on the building site. And the mills just nearby.
Dead men weigh a lot. How did you even get them out of the...
On my back? Like carrying a sack.
Their backs were badly scraped. So I thought maybe you dragged them by the leg.
That must have happened before. Maybe when someone dragged them in.
Thanks. I'll...
Wait, I have no idea what to do with myself. And how did I end up? Covered in shit, face burned, and humiliated.
I forget the others. None of them were there during the night. None of them knows what happened.
You mean... lie?
Yeah, that's a strong word. Just shape the truth a bit so you come out...
No offense, but I won't do that.
Don't you know there's a quarantine?
Oh, I get what Elijah was talking about. Ugh. Whoa, that's disgusting. But there's no other way. A cart and rose bushes. If he dragged them through the ditch, no wonder they were in such a state. Wheel tracks, headed that way towards the gate. Something's jammed in the lock. There's no way I can pick it. Locked, damn it. tracks are clear. That cart was bloody heavy. The cart tracks lead to the herbalists. Maybe Joachim knows more. Poor beast. Who did this to you? What in damnation is going on there?
You said they were better. Were you lying or just that stupid?
They took a turn for the worse. It came out of nowhere, and there was no saving them.
And those books I got for you. You've half the monastery's library in here. Did you even bother looking at them?
I read every one, but I told you 100 times, I am not a physician. I don't know what you all expected from me.
You were supposed to use your head, damn it. Now everyone and their dog is sniffing around here.
I couldn't just...
I thought I made myself clear. They stay here, you don't leave, and nobody must know a thing.
But what was I supposed to do? Your master...
Provided you with everything you needed, and paid you generously. Or am I wrong? What about that fire? Were you just covering your ass, or planning to rat on us too?
They were infected. For the sake of everyone in the monastery, I did what had to be done.
Doing what has to be done. For everyone's sake. Dennis!
Pray for a quick death, you
I
bastard!
feel quite hungry!
You just had to go snooping, eh?
For the cross!
Did you?
He's gone. Hold on. I'll fetch help.
Don't trouble yourself, son.
No. No, I'll run for Albie.
Pray with me. The Lord will soon...
All right. But I need to ask you...
Yes?
Why did you set the shed alight?
Get rid of them? No. But should they rot under my roof?
Did you try to treat those poor souls yourself?
I did my best. On the orders of Master Zacharias. I tried, but either the sickness had advanced too far...
All right.
Our Father...
Oh, Christ above. Go with God.
for your health, my friend. Hopefully the worst is behind us.
May not a drop go to waste.
Rats! Hey! Henry! It was his fault those two died. He was the first to know about the epidemic, and he tried to keep everything hushed up. He blackmailed the herbalist to hide them and treat them at his place. And when those bodies were found, what did he do? He sent that lackey of his to get rid of him.
Joachim's
dead. And that Dinesh of yours, too.
So now you kill me?
Give me just one more reason. Albik? Albik, what is it?
If I were you, I'd hold back a while. For everyone's sake.
You poisoned him? Why?
Calm down. He's still breathing.
What do you mean, still?
Whether he survives is up to you, and whether you're finally willing to cooperate.
You're mad. You want me to help you?
If you're looking for someone to blame, try your... None of this would have happened if you hadn't kept getting in my way.
Don't try that on me. I thought you and Albik were friends. He never did anything to deserve this.
Albik may not realize it, but half his shining reputation, next to someone young and inexperienced, it's easy to look like a... You saw it yourself. Even the Right Reverend didn't trust me. Me, royal physician to kings. But once Master Albik showed up, suddenly everything was different.
So you only pretended to be his friend? I don't need you. The infirmary has ingredients for all sorts.
You think I used belladonna and amanita? No. This is my own recipe. And a damned expensive...
Speak, traitor!
I want Albik's closely guarded records on the treatment of King...
What? Why?
Don't play dumb. Albik spent a lot...
So... It was you who turned our chamber...
Me? No. That was Dinesh.
And if I bring you the records, you'll...
Not so fast. There's one more thing. Something King Sigismund himself... Apparently, somewhere in this monastery.
And that's what those workers were after. But they failed.
Morons.
You're not talking about Sir Valentine's sword, are you?
No. I'm talking about the relic of Sir Boleslav Bav...
So you mean there's more than one relic hidden here in the monastery?
How should I know? I'm no chronicler. Either way, if you want Albik to leave here alive, and yourself along with, you'll put in the work and find that grave. Or rather, what's in it. Once you've got the relic and the records, come to the church. And one last piece of advice. Hurry. The substance acts...
And what's to stop me grabbing you by the neck, beating the antidote out of you?
The fact I'm not a fool. I haven't got the antidote on. Meanwhile, Albik will die, right? If he's to survive, we do this my way. Do we understand?
You miserable bloody bastard.
I expected nothing.
I can't leave Albik lying on the ground.
Henry, the records.
can't just hand the real records over to Zacharias. Benedict, I need...
Lord have mercy, I had a feeling he...
He's not ill.
What?
Zacharias slipped something into his wine.
He'll die. But...
It's a long story. Right now, I need...
I'll keep an eye on him.
I'm gonna find the antidote.
Very well. May God go...
Actually, one more thing.
The scales. Well, it's a symbol of justice. Why do you ask?
Albich whispered it to me. I hoped he would only... with the curfew... No unless, Benedict. I'm running out of time. If you know anything, tell me now.
All right, sorry. Albich did actually leave once. It was a few days ago, and he asked me not to tell...
Really?
He wanted to speak personally with...
But he's been warning us all along to stay...
I thought it strange too. But that's all I know.
Even so.
What? And those murdered workers? Any sign? No. Don't be saying you want to go where you found. Christ, our Lord be with us. How could such a thing happen? And in the house of the Lord, no less. Then mind yourself down there. I don't fancy avoiding walls. Rudolph.
Can't wait for all this to be over.
If someone really is skulking about and killing folk, it'll land on our hands either way.
Huh? You can't be here.
What's that? Hey, get out of here! Hey, get out of here!
This one's rather worn down. I think I can make out the abbot's symbol. Avor's crest. So it's true. Bloody hell. God have mercy on your soul. So Zacharias doesn't trust me and had me followed. Good to know.
Nowhere. Maybe there's something in the depository. But I can't get in there now.
Brother Crispin?
Henry, I searched through the archives again to see if I might still find something on and your search in the crypt?
I dared. And more than that, I truly did find Bavor's sarcophagus.
By all the saints?
No. I was hoping, but there's a sarcophagus with Bavor's crest.
What? You?
I had to know. Judging by the robes.
Good Lord, that's truly strange.
And do you know what's even stranger? I think someone was watching me.
Watching? Who?
He was some armed fellow. Definitely not one of Ludolf's men.
Holy Virgin, an armed stranger?
I've no idea. But it certainly doesn't help my peace. We'll need to stay on our guard until this whole mess is sorted.
For Christ's sake. Very well, I'll do.
The sooner we get to the bottom of this business with...
So, you're saying you found a sarcophagus with Bavor?
Exactly. I was kind of hoping you might come up with an explanation.
Explanations do come to mind. It's possible Bavor was never buried here at all. Or
What do you mean, not buried here? Everything points to it.
Until we find the body, we can't be certain. The travel records, the accounts...
There was his coat of arms on the bottom of the sarcophagus.
Yes, which would support my second theory that his remains were moved.
But why would anyone move him? Isn't that against God's will or something?
There are reasons for it. They're internal matters.
Oh, come on, Crispin. Just forget for a moment I'm not a monk like you, and...
Oh, very well. Since you're so insistent, to be laid to rest in the monastery crypt near the altar is the best one can hope for. Normally such places are reserved for abbots, but this privilege can be granted to others in rare cases.
That would explain why Bavor might be buried there, but not why he isn't.
I'm getting to that. A place of such honor may be given for great deeds, or a truly generous donation. But if the person has been dead for a long time, then it's possible the body may be moved to make way for a deceased abbot.
I see. And I understand.
Thank you. Still, the deceased isn't simply tossed aside. He's respectfully moved to another...
Right. But that brings... So where could they have moved back?
Most likely to the consecrated field next to the monastery, or the graveyard by the infirmary church of St. Cosmas and Damian.
Hang on. That consecrated field is enormous, and I can't even get in there now. Better to...
God be with you, Henry.
I saw that mural of Bavor you spoke of.
Huh?
That Bavor crest. In the mural, it's shown differently from your sketch. Seems to be the elevated version, as mentioned in the travel records, with the inner scutcheon. And on it is the Jerusalem cross. There's also an angel. And Bavor had himself depicted. It looked to me like Bavor had the layout made very deliberately.
I must have missed that. Or perhaps I've simply forgotten.
Indeed.
Bavor clearly put a great deal of thought into his burial. That depiction isn't just a coincidence or some artist's fancy. It was Bavor's intention, and there's certainly a hidden meaning in it.
I'll ponder it on my way to the infirmary. I've got a bit of an odd question.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, that's for certain. If I wanted to make a book or a document that matched the...
What?
Brother, I'm speaking to you scholar to scholar. In my studies, I came across certain writings with rather intriguing...
A most noble idea, brother. You must make sure to choose matching covers. If you have the original in front of you, it shouldn't be hard to...
Covers? Parchment?
That I truly don't know. Here in the library, we only have very basic... Perhaps in town, some scriptoriums might be better.
Scriptoriums? Right. Maybe I should read the real records first.
What? Amen.
There are scales here, too. In the hand of Archangel Michael. Those are the records. Lord Almighty, thank you. Goodness. No wonder Albic guarded them so closely. There's a lot here that could be used against the king. So, these records should definitely resemble the original as closely as possible. How would such... In the records I've read, Albic didn't address the king directly and kept things factual. Albic would surely write to the king with great reverence and humility. He'd greet him in some grand... Well, what? I suppose I should get straight to what's troubled. The records mention headaches and... I heard the king's got a cough. What would Albic have prescribed for that? The most important thing is to rest. Right, that's about half. Sigismund is surely wondering why King Wenceslas has no heirs, and Albic knows that King Wenceslas is infertile. Then I'll just write that King Wenceslas shall never have an heir. He's infertile. Right, that's sorted. Something clever in Latin? That's what I'd expect from someone so learned. What about mens sana in corpore, a sound mind in a sound body? Well, hopefully that'll do. Right then. Hopefully Bavor lies here, relic and all. God grant that Albic holds on. Another unmarked grave. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up in one like this myself, and in a far worse place. Boleslav's crest! At last! Let's hope its lord lies somewhere nearby. My back! And the rest. I hope this is it. The armor, the crest, the sword. It has to be him. The valiant knight Boleslav Bavor. May his soul rest in peace. Only no sign of the relic. But then again, the mural showed that in escutcheon in his crest.